Hey everyone, Val here, and I have a spaghetti squash straight out of my garden, and tonight I'm going to cook it. So I thought I'd bring you along and we can make dinner together. So let's cut the spaghetti squash and get it in the oven, start it cooking, and I'll be back with you and we'll make the sauce together. So here we go, let's cut this thing. Alright, we're going to slice it the long way down the center. Let's hope it's pretty in there. I've never actually grown a spaghetti squash before, so I hope I gave it enough time on the vine. I did notice that we do have a couple more out there that are starting. It's weird that they didn't all start at the same time, but this was the only one that seemed to grow early. Alright, and that's what the center looks like. It looks pretty good actually. Got a lot of meat on it. So I'm going to get me a spoon and scoop out the seeds. And we can save these seeds to plant for next year if we wanted to. I may just wait and get some from my next one. I think I have some already left over from this year. But it's good to have fresh seeds, and this will save you from having to buy seeds next year, is by taking seeds from your fresh produce and drying them out and saving them. I had some large cucumbers and I took the seeds and put them on this paper plate, and I'm gonna put those in a baggie and label those cucumber seeds, so next year we'll have those and we won't have to buy seeds. We can go ahead and start them and see if they come up under the grow light in the spring, and if they don't come up, then I guess we'll have to buy seeds. And I'd like to do some Roma tomatoes next year, so I may have to go get a couple Roma tomatoes and get some seeds out of those. Or we'll buy the seeds, either way. Alright, so we have the both of the squash hollowed out. I'm just going to cut the stem off this side. I think. There we go. All right. All right, let's get a pan. I have a Corningware pan. I'm going to spray it so that it doesn't stick on there. This is how I do it. I just put them in there. I add a little bit of water just to give it some steamability if it wants to steam just a little bit. I'm going to cover it up with some aluminum foil and stick it in the oven at I have it set for 380 degrees. So let's pop it in the oven. I have a pound of ground beef in the pan. I'm going to turn the burner on. I'm going to put some Worcestershire sauce in there. I just put a splash of that in for a little flavoring. And then I have some burger seasoning, and I'm gonna just put a little burger seasoning in there to kick it up just a notch. And we're going to brown our ground beef here. So let me get this browned and I'll be right back with you. My ground beef is all browned. I didn't add onions or anything to it because Steve doesn't like it that way. And there wasn't a lot of fat in it. It's pretty dry. So I don't have to drain any grease out of it. I don't have any homemade spaghetti sauce, so I'm going to use store-bought. I prefer homemade, but I don't have it. I have this Wise tomato basil paste. So I'm going to dump the whole jar in there because if there's leftover spaghetti sauce, we will use it for something else. So I'm going to put the whole jar in there of the spaghetti sauce. And I have some ricotta cheese. And I was going to use this in lasagna. I made lasagna last week, but I forgot to put it in. And the company we had didn't care for ricotta anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of this up. I'll put at least half of it in there. And give this spaghetti sauce some extra cheesiness. It's going to be good on top of the spaghetti squash, and I'm going to cook some regular pasta for Steve, regular spaghetti, because he's not a big fan of spaghetti squash. But I think this, adding the ricotta in the mixture, will give it some nice flavoring. So I'm going to mix that in there really good. I'm going to put a lid over it and just let it simmer down. Break the ricotta cheese down a little bit. And get Steve's spaghetti started in the pan. And check on my spaghetti squash and we'll see how everything's coming. I did take a little half-hour break here to go out and water my garden while the spaghetti squash was getting cooked. I don't think it's ready yet, but it takes a little bit longer than the pasta does to cook. So alright, that's broke down pretty good. I don't like chunks of ricotta in it, so I try to smooth it out as much as possible. And that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and let it simmer, and it'll break it down even more. I think that'll be nice. I've taken the spaghetti squash out of the oven. The knife goes in it nice and easy, so it is cooked. We'll flip one of them over. Ooh, let it cool. I'm actually going to flip them both over and let it cool. As you can see, it comes apart really, really easy. So I'm just going to let it cool. And, ooh, fogging up. And we'll get it plated up. Okay, so here is the fresh spaghetti squash straight out of the garden. I'm going to put some of my spaghetti sauce mixture in it. Steve will hold the camera here. Get some of this fresh spaghetti sauce mixture.
Is that made with fresh tomatoes?
No, I wish. We don't have any homemade spaghetti sauce, so I use Wise's. And I've got some ricotta cheese in this today. I'm going to put a little Parmesan on the top. And let's give this fresh spaghetti squash a taste. Ooh, that's hot.
Where does squash come from?
It's out of the garden. It's good. I think I may have overcooked it just a little bit. It's
A little mushy?
a little mushy. Not terribly bad. Next time, I think I will watch it a little closer and not cook it as long. But it's not bad as far as, you know, this using it instead of this spaghetti to eat a little more healthy. The sauce is really good. I'll give it a 2 thumbs up. All right. Want to try the sauce?
Sure.
I know you already like it because I put it. That's the same way I make it for lasagna.
Oh, it's lasagna sauce?
Yeah. I had to use up some of the ricotta.
You were afraid it was going to go bad?
I was.
I don't need this.
You know, I would. If I was eating lasagna, I would. Steve cuts the spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm not a twirler.
I'm a twirler. Are y'all a twirler? Or are you a cutter?
We never were allowed to slurp it. So
Oh, you don't slurp it when you twirl it.
I always ended up slurping.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't like it. It's really musty. You wouldn't like it. So, my recommendations, if Valerie offers you this, that you just not eat it and you let me take care of it for you, because you wouldn't like it. It's that good. It's really good.
Alright, thank you all for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to. We'll catch you on the next video.
She did good.
Bye.
All she's got to do now is put it in jars
Yeah.
and can it.
I can't. I just gave my secret away.
Oh.
Alright, bye y'all.
Bye.